There's a place in DeSoto County, Florida that most people pretend doesn't exist anymore. Pierce Wood Memorial Hospital. Once a sprawling psychiatric facility meant to care for the mentally ill, now a hollow carcass of peeling paint, broken restraints, and forgotten screams. They shut it down in 2002. Officially, it was because of budget cuts and lawsuits. Unofficially, people started disappearing. I worked there in 2001 during the hospital's final year, and I left with something still attached to me. I was 27, burnt out from ER nursing in Sarasota and looking for slower work. Pierce Wood offered decent pay and the promise of quiet nights. They assigned me to Ward 3B, forensic psych patients, mostly men. Some were violent offenders. Others had been found legally insane. All of them were broken in a way I hadn't seen before. The halls felt off, narrow, dim, always cold, even in August. The walls sweated, the vents whispered. On my first night, the charge nurse gave me a simple warning. Don't let the patients talk to the mirrors, and whatever you do, don't answer the phones after 3 a.m. I laughed. She didn't. Room 212 had been empty for years. No working lights, no bed, just a rusted sink and a cracked mirror above it. That mirror, I never understood why they left it. It was warped, like funhouse glass, but sometimes you'd catch movement in it when the hallway was empty. One night, a patient named Gabriel, schizophrenic, catatonic for months, wandered into 212. No one saw him move. We just heard the slam. I found him smiling at the mirror, lips moving silently. When I pulled him away, he clawed at me, screaming. He said I could leave if I bled into the glass. He promised me freedom. His hands were already bleeding, scratches across his palms, fingertips torn raw. We sedated him. That night, I passed the mirror and saw my reflection blink. 3 seconds after I did. I wasn't sleeping well. Every night I worked, I saw him, tall, thin, white coat, no face. He'd stand at the end of the hallway and just point. The Hollow Man. Nurses said he was an urban legend, a ghost of one of the doctors who died during the 1984 restraint riot. The official report said 3 patients and 1 nurse were killed, but old staff insist the death count was at least 12. Every nurse who followed the Hollow Man, they were never the same. One girl, Melissa, quit mid-shift, drove off into the night. Her car was found upside down in a canal with the engine still running. She was in the back seat, face torn apart, as if she'd been trying to claw something off of her. It was always around 3:11 a.m. That's when the phone would ring. Old analog landlines, the kind with the curly cord and grime under the buttons. No one was ever on the line, just breathing. Heavy, guttural, like something learning how to breathe. One night, I answered without thinking, and a voice, not a whisper, not human, spoke directly into my ear. He's in your skin now. I dropped the phone, my arm twitched. That whole night, I couldn't stop scratching my forearm like something was trying to get out. When I woke up at home the next morning, there was a bloody handprint across my ceiling. It wasn't mine. Here's where the line between reality and rumor blurs. Pierce Wood had over 350 documented patient deaths in its 50-year history, but staff said the real number was closer to double that. Patients vanished. Sometimes they were transferred to facilities that didn't exist. Sometimes rooms would be marked sealed with no explanation. I once saw a priest brought in, not for a patient, but for a room. Room 109. He walked in with a Bible, walked out without it. When I asked him what happened, he said that room doesn't hold the patient holds that room. That was the last time clergy visited. They announced the hospital was shutting down in July 2002. By then, most staff had already quit or transferred. I stayed, I don't know why. Curiosity, guilt. My final night, I did one last round through the empty wings. No patients, no staff, just me in the building. I found myself back in room 212. The mirror was gone. In its place, written in something black and oozing, "You're the mirror now." I turned. The hallway was full of shadows shaped like people. Not moving, just watching. Behind me, I heard the phone ring. I didn't answer it, but I still hear it. Every night at 3:11 a.m., no matter where I am. They demolished part of Pierce Wood in 2007. Developers want to turn it into condos. Of course they do. But the land doesn't forget. People report hearing screams echoing through the oaks at night. Lights flicker on in empty buildings. Some say if you stop your car near the old Unit 3B and look into your rearview mirror, you'll see a tall man in a white coat pointing at you. I left G. Pierce Wood 23 years ago, but I don't think it will ever let me go.